When I got my second Dillon press, I installed it on my main workbench where my single stage press was located. But I still needed a place for my single stage press. Also, I wanted a spot for a vise since I was tired of going out to the garage every time I needed a vise. But I did not want a fixed workbench since I did not have a permanent place to install it. I wanted to be able to move it out of the way when not being used, but sturdy enough when I was using it. So after some research, I decided on the Gladiator 3-foot mobile workbench. Gladiator is actually a brand of Whirlpool, and when I shopped for it, I found a variety of prices. So if you decide to get one, you'll want to shop around also. Let's take a look at some of the dimensions of the Gladiator mobile workbench. The mobile workbench is wood and metal. The only non-metal, non-wood parts that I can find are the wheels of the casters. The top measures 2 feet by 3 feet. The height with casters from floor to the top of the wood is 33.5 inches. Thickness of the wood top is 1 3/4 inches. I've read several comments by the manufacturer on how much the workbench weighs. Their answers range from 113 to well over 200 pounds. In my opinion, the workbench without anything installed is over 100 pounds. I kind of doubt it's over 200 pounds. The legs and the leg braces, there's a leg brace here, and you can see the leg brace on this side, are 3 inches square. From the floor to the bottom of this shelf is 13 1/4 inches. But since the leg braces are thicker, on the sides from the floor to the bottom of the leg brace is 11 1/4 inches. From the top of the shelf, which is this edge right here, to the bottom of the wood is 17.5 inches. The caster diameter is about 3.5 inches. The thickness of the wheel is about 1 inch. From the floor to the bottom of the leg is 4 3/4 inches. The top is rated to hold up to 600 pounds. The shelf is rated to hold up to 80 pounds. Okay, now we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of the workbench. We're going to start with the cons. Not that many. The workbench is fairly easy to assemble. The instruction manual thoroughly details how to do that. The workbench provides 2 tools, an Allen wrench and an open-end wrench. Those 2 tools are very poor quality. The Allen wrench wore out smooth before I was finished installing it. The open wrench, which is used to install the casters, the jaws of it actually bent wider while I was using it, and I'll show you a close-up of that right now. So be prepared to use your own tools to assemble the workbench, but they're not special tools. It's an open-end wrench and an Allen wrench. The shelf can only be installed in one location. It cannot be higher, cannot be lower. And to me, it does have to be installed because it's what provides the cross support. And while the wood top is hardwood, it's kind of on the soft side, and I'll show you a close-up. If this were a piece of fine furniture, I wouldn't be very happy, but it's a workbench and it's going to get battle scars. All right, let's talk about the pros of the workbench. I find it very solid, very sturdy. The legs and the casters and the top are good quality, and the casters can be temporarily locked in place if you want to keep it stationary, and they can be unlocked when you need to move the mobile workbench. The shelf can be installed either as a shelf or a tray. So I have installed as a tray, but if you can take this shelf and install it the other direction, so this opening's underneath, and then it will be a true shelf that will be even with the leg braces. So that'll give you a little bit more length to store something. But again, I decided to store it as a tray just so, for like in this case, these are various jaws for my vise. The edges of the tray just help keep things in place. As mentioned earlier, assembly was not difficult. The instruction manual that came with it was pretty easy to follow. But I also mentioned earlier that you will probably end up using your own Allen wrench and open-end wrench to actually assemble the workbench. And what I want to do is show you, I'm going to turn the workbench on its side so you can see how the legs are attached and how the single stage press and the vise are attached. Alright, this is the underside of the workbench. You can see how the legs are attached. They're attached with 4 good size hex screws. You can see how my vise is attached and how the single stage press is attached. So when you attach equipment to the bench, you just got to take in consideration the location of the legs, because I could not have attached the press over here because the legs are in the way. In conclusion, I am glad I purchased a Gladiator workbench because it serves my purposes perfectly. And when I'm not using it, I store it in the utility room.